Yeah.
This is Sports Chat with Nat.
Welcome to the weekly late night live. Look, this is a what we call it, a sip and chat.
Sip and
Welcome
chat with
to the-
Sports Nat with Sports Chat with Nat. That's what we call it tonight.
Is this your first glass you sipping on? You can't even get that out.
It is. Sip and chat with Sports Chat with Nat and Master.
Oh, that sounds good. Say it again.
Sip and chat with Sports Chat with Nat.
All right, we got it. All right, so listen.
I'm already clumsy, so this is gonna be even hilarious with me.
This is gonna be real funny. Between the fatigue of our work and the late hour, and we sipping, it's gonna be a fun night of chatting. Okay, we even got an agenda for y'all tonight. We is on it tonight. All right. So first of all, the NBA Finals is going on. Y'all know Master T don't do basketball.
Except for now.
Yeah, because she come texting me last night. Like, what is this? Let me say this. Now, y'all know if y'all been following, I've been taking stats every game. I take down the field goal percentages and all of that all throughout the game. Every game I've been doing it. Every game. And one thing I have learned, the Indiana Pacers, now I picked OKC to win last year. I said last year that this year they would win. Remember that?
You did. Are you
They in trouble. They in trouble. They are in trouble. I'm going to tell you why.
If they play like how they did last night, and
that game was rigged. That was a scripted game. Ain't no way in the world they could play that doggone bad. The bench outscored the starters. The bench had to score closer than the starters. The starters was down by 30. The bench ended up they're down by 17. Yeah, and Indiana kept their starters in. So what does that tell you? That tells you that the starters were doing absolutely nothing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I love you, but your defense was ridiculous. He was ridiculous. Now, it's okay to be cool sometimes, okay? And I don't like that we got another chance. We'll do it at home, and well, we got one more game. Listen, they look horrible. Their effort was so bad. I didn't like their effort. Let me look at something right quick. I didn't like their effort at all. The final score was 108-91. And the starters were in the second quarter. They only scored 17 points.
This is OKC starters?
OKC starters.
When did they take them out?
Third quarter.
It's because they were playing so horribly?
Yes. And their bench scored 31 in the fourth quarter. They played defense, everything. And it was just sad. I mean, I know teams like to win on their home court if it's the championship and all that crap. But the way they play, it just really, I don't say this often, but it looks so scripted to me. It just looked like ain't no way in the world you can play that doggone bad.
So I agree because I hope that it would go to a game 7 because I was like,
that's what they need for the ratings and the money.
But I was like, I hope it's a good game. And as I was kind of watching it in and out during work, I was like, wait a minute, I think by halftime I was like, this is ridiculous.
Oh, it was over in the first quarter.
Yeah, maybe it was like second. One of the times I looked at the score and I was like, is this real? And then, but I wasn't really truly paying attention to the game, obviously, because I was working. So I couldn't like literally be like, oh, this is great. But I figured it was, from game 1, remember the Pacers were down by like 20 or 13-20 and they came back and they ended up winning by 1. So I was like, oh, we're just at the beginning. So I didn't really pay that much attention to it. But as we got closer, I said, no, I don't think this is.
Another thing I've noticed, the Pacers' field goal percentage increases as the game goes on. OKC's drops.
One thing I didn't know, though.
What's that?
So I was super duper shocked that I didn't realize that neither one of them have an NBA championship. I thought OKC had one because I mean I feel like this is true. We all know this. I do not pay attention to basketball. I usually only pay, but when I was younger, like in high school, college, I paid attention more during playoffs. I actually started from the time playoffs started to like finals. Now you probably don't even catch me until finals, but I feel like I used to always see. I remember when OKC used to be in the finals and stuff because I remember KD would be in
Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah, because Russell Westbrook always with his clothing and stuff. I didn't forget James. I didn't even realize that James Harden was on there until my dad said that, and I was like, "Wait, what? I didn't know that." But
people don't know about Serge Ibaka.
I gotta see his picture, and I'll probably be like, "Oh."
Please look at the picture, girl. He's the Idris Elba of the NBA.
Funny. But I didn't realize that they hadn't won a championship. I thought they had, and the Pacers they hadn't. Yeah, they only have like what each championship titles, but they don't have that. So, and then I didn't realize, and then all the time. See, it took me a second, but I did realize who this person was on the sideline, and I was like, "Wait, I know him. He looks familiar. Who is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's Reggie Miller."
The most famous Indiana Pacer. Well,
okay, I didn't know he was a Pacer because I'm like, this dude. Obviously, I know he's a Pacer, but I mean, like, I knew he was a basketball player. I just didn't know what team. Yeah. I'm like, man, he looked familiar, and I'm like, obviously, he plays for the Pacers before, but I'm like, who is he? And I kept thinking, I'm like, who is it? And I'm like, oh, Reggie Miller. So, see, you guys, I know maybe about a fourth, very little basketballs, but. I do pay attention.
Yeah, Reggie Miller is the Indiana Pacer. He scored 8 points in 9 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you how. It was May 7th, 1995. He made 2 3-pointers and 2 free throws in the final moments of the game.
Wow.
Yep. Just like TJ McConnell, when you make an inbounds pass, TJ McConnell is stealing the ball. Boom, bam, he's making a basket in like 2 seconds. He did it twice in one of these games. I wrote it down. He scored a bunch of points in a couple of seconds. I was like, whoa, that is just too bad. It was terrible. He won't.
Wow.
I'll find it. But yeah, he scored. He stole the ball twice and scored. Was it game 1 or 2?
Well, then how did they lose? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The game 1 they lost. They only led. The Pacers only led for like 0.3 seconds. Halliburton shot that ball at the last second. That was, and they won the game by one point. Yeah, 1 point. So they played very good. It was 111, 110. And it was like less than a second left on the clock. And Halliburton shot the ball and it went in. OKC thought they had it won.
Oh, we talking about our game 1. I'm thinking about Reggie Miller.
Oh yeah, it was 8 points, 9 seconds. He it's the 8 points and nobody. I don't think nobody's. I'm gonna try to find
Has
who
anybody
it was.
else done that? Maybe.
Game. No, it's. I got it written down. While you talking NFL, I'll find it because I wrote it down. But anyway. So that's why I'm concerned for OKC. I'm concerned that they take too many breaks off. I don't like how I complained about Jalen Brunson dribbling into a crowd. I've watched SGA, Shea Gillis dribble right into a crowd. Why would you dribble? It was 3 Pacers standing right there. Why would you dribble into 3 Pacers? If it's 3 of them right there, you got. I don't get it. I don't get it. And yeah, the coach is laid back. Sometimes you don't need to be laid back. Sometimes you need to put a little fire up under people. But anyway, that's just me. So, but I think they're in trouble. I think the Pacers played hungry. I said it before. The Pacers play just like the East Coast and New York and Jersey and East Coast weather. Rough, tough, hard, cold, blue collar, and Thunder playing like California girls. Sunshine, rain, flowers, movie stars.
Hold up, I can do it. Hold up.
Yeah.
Playing like the
Bobby Doll. Yeah. That's how they playing.
Like,
the Pacers playing like they trying to build a bridge. The Thunder like they just want to go across the bridge. The Pacers trying to build a bridge. And you can see their toughness. Now the Pacers have taken a couple of games off and it's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But somebody asked the question, if you had 5 seconds on the clock, who do you want to have the ball, SGA or Halliburton?
Halliburton. That's me. I mean,
that's me. I love SGA, but from what I have seen in these playoffs, give me Halliburton. I'm sorry. SGA just seemed to take
the game-winning shot on the first.
He's done it. He's done it. He's done it more than anybody else. He did 5. He had 5. He had.
So I have a question then. In this case, now they're going back to OKC for the thing. Do you think the Pacers are going to upset them, or do you think OKC, because they usually like to have the winning. I feel like, I wonder how many, maybe that will have to be our research too, to go back and see how many teams actually have won, like who wasn't the home team win on the actual finals game. Because they try not, I feel like they try not to have that happen. But in this case, I don't know. I mean, I remember when you did tell me, you said earlier, and then it is true, you did predict right that OKC was going to get it. But I don't know about how the Pacers have been playing. And, I don't be watching like that, but they seem like they hungry that they can upset them at home. And they've done it already twice. So
I said it, and I'll say it again. Now, Chet Holmgren, I love him. He came in the league. He a lot of block shots, all these good stats, all that's well and good. He needs some meat on his bones. Soon as they bump into him, he fall down, break his hip. I mean, I know other people get injured and break hips too. He had screws in his foot. His rookie year, he had screws in his foot. He had a broken hip. But he said you don't appreciate the beautiful if not for the ugly. Okay, well, that's cute. That's very philosophical. But you need some meat on your bones because you up in that middle trying to defend and they knocking your little tail down. You can't even plant your feet and defend. Yeah, you block a few shots, but you need a little meat on your bones. Go back and look at some video of Giannis Antetokounmpo and see how skinny he was. He had to put a little meat on his bones so you can play that position. You just cannot. Even though Kareem, I'm going to name somebody else, but Kareem was thin, but Kareem didn't look that thin. Pascal Siakam, he's thin, but he don't look that thin. Chet you can see, it looked like the skeleton that hanging in the biology class. You can see the little bones on his, I don't need to see your bones. You need to cover them bones up with some meat and muscles.
I found Serge.
Ain't he cute?
I was trying to. Well, now he plays for. Like I was like, is this him? Because it don't look like that.
Is he still playing? Where he playing at? In Japan somewhere?
Not in Japan.
Where he at?
Madrid.
I know one over here. What did he look like? He still look good. He was fine. Surge.
He a baby for you, right? I didn't know.
Yeah, of course. But I just, you know,
from the Republic of Congo.
Yeah. I just, to me, he's one of the finest NBA players I have ever seen. And it's not often that I say that. Huh?
He's tall. He's 6'11".
What is he?
6'11".
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, when they were together, that OKC Thunder team was, ooh.
He also played for the Pacers too?
For a brief minute. But I know him from the Thunder. Like I said, it was him, KD, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. Oh my God. That team, they should, and I think the owner, I don't know why they didn't give him one more year. They should have gave him one more year, but they didn't. They split that team up. And this is the first time OKC has been that good since then.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, he's to me, he's the Idris Elba of the NBA. I'm just saying. All right, moving on. Okay, so OKC, in my opinion, is in trouble. Yes, they are favored to win, but they're. I'm gonna tell you something else. I noticed this a couple of seasons ago. They always did the post-game interviews all together. Game 2, they did not do the post-game. And they lost game 3.
It's the Pacers.
The OKC had been doing all of their interviews as a group together. Game 2, they did not. Everybody went off their little separate ways, doing their little separate interviews. Like, yeah, everybody. That was the first time I see. First time entire team didn't do post-game interview. I wrote it down. First time. First time. They lost the next game. They haven't done it since. They've been doing the post-game interviews together first, then they split off. But they game two, they got a little cocky and they went out and did their little separate interviews right after the game. They lost game 3. Yep. Yeah. So anyway, moving on. Real quick, WNBA. Since we're on NBA, let me get WNBA, get that out of the way. Now, they want to talk, of course, we got to talk about Caitlin because there was an incident where Caitlin got a attack and she jumped up and punched the girl and pushed the girl or whatever because the girl hit her in the eye and something. Now, I want y'all to rewind the tape. Rewind the tape back to the NCAA a couple of years ago. It's on the YouTube channel when she was doing this in folks' faces, instigating. That's trash talking. She was doing this in college. She was doing that. The minute Angel, it's like
you can't touch me.
Know, something's whatever it was. Whatever it was, something. It was a taunt. Whatever she was saying.
Okay.
But then the minute, the second Angel Reese did it, it was racial. It was wrong. It was unsportsmanlike. Then this was the first time I said, okay, well, let me see what kind of girl Caitlin is. She came out and said, oh, no, y'all stop it. I did it first. Okay? But my point is, what I said, say, she did it
in college.
In college. All right, so by the time she gets to the WNBA, We already feeling some kind of way. Let's just be real. The WNBA been around a long time and won't nobody watch it till here come Caitlin. Now, we acknowledge that. Okay. However, let's just be real. There would be no WNBA to come to if it wasn't for the WNBA Foundation. Duh. She can't play by herself. The records that she break was there before her. Okay. Now, I said last year, they were going to be dangerous if they got in the playoffs. Now, they got out early.
Who? The Fever?
Last year.
Oh, last year. Did somebody break their streak? I saw you posted that they were in danger of breaking their streak, and I didn't look at it.
The Liberty. They beat the Liberty.
Oh, Liberty. Okay.
Yeah, they were undefeated. And they are the reigning champs. Now, Caitlin is a phenomenal player. I understand that. But she's nasty.
What you mean?
She's like, Larry Bird was a very wait a minute. Who did? Who that? Oh, Spurge.
Spurge dated Carrie Hilson. That's what we was going back to. I didn't know that.
Oh, I can see that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I just think he's so cute. I'm just so glad I love Jesus, because if I was that kind of girl, if I was that kind of woman, I tell you the truth. But anyway,
you can be his mama.
So Caitlin is the instigator. Okay, now they've been pulling hair. Yeah, they were kind of at her, they were a little rough on her. A couple of them fouls was dirty on Caitlin rookie year. She handled it like a champ. Cool. All right, it's sophomore year. All that's over now, okay? I've seen some dirty plays. I've seen the grabbing of the hair. I've seen the grabbing of the jersey. I've seen the hitting folks in the face. She is got, Angel Reese is leading with technicals, 4. Angel got to get her attitude together. It sucks. Let me finish Caitlin, though. Caitlin is like 3rd in the number of texts. I think she's like 2. 4, 3, 2.
So how much is it? First off, how much is it to get your hair, when you get your hair pulled in the end?
They fined the girl $400 and an additional undisclosed penalty.
$400. So if you pull my hair, it's $400.
But in football, when you grab that collar and you do that horse collar, pulling that hair is the equivalent, because you are grabbing, first of all, anything above the neck is what's flagrant, should be reviewed. When you grabbing that hair, you're above the neck. But now it's so long. I've been saying they should not have them long ponytails in the first place.
But even if you pull the hair, it still counts as a horse collar. I thought at a certain length they'll count that as a horse collar.
What, NFL?
Yeah, with the hair.
No,
they changed it.
No, now. What's the name? Who just cut their hair? Didn't somebody cut their hair?
I don't know.
Somebody cut their hair last year because they don't throw a flag for pulling the hair. They don't. Well, we think they should, but they don't. Now, if you grab
that's horse collar.
That's horse collar, but they don't do it on the hair. But with these WNBA, they wearing this hair down to their butt. They grabbing that hair, white, black, Chinese, all of them. It ain't just the black weave. It ain't that. They grabbing all of them. All the races is grabbing hair and put. I literally saw the girl grab the girl and yank her. That's the girl that got fined the $400.
Man, that's grabbing.
I'm laughing now, but it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Very. I mean, she grabbed a whole handful of, like back in the day, you don't know nothing about this. Before y'all was using all this, how y'all fight now. Back in the day, we just used to fight with our fists. And you grab them by the hair.
Throw people down. Pop.
Grab them by the hair, punch them, right? That girl grabbed that whole hair. Yeah. So I really think they need to get that under control. For the first article I read the next day said something like $80. It was less than $100. I'm serious. I was like, are you serious? So I just looked it up. I see $400 fines what she was.
I still don't think that's a lot of money, but also I guess they don't.
But they don't make a lot of money either.
I was about to say, is that also the reason why? Because they don't even make that much. That like the fines don't. What we know for like when it's NBA, NFL, fines.
But now the Indiana Fever will play in the Commissioner's Cup, which is their in-season tournament, like the NBA did. They play on Sunday. And wait a minute, I think it's Sunday. Was it Saturday? Wait a minute. Where my Commissioner's Cup? Wait a minute. I got to find out when the Commissioner's Cup is, y'all. WNBA Commissioner Cup Championship. All right, so their in-season tournament. Okay, they will play the Minnesota Lynx, who won last year, who I thought would win the championship last year. All right, so now the Minnesota Lynx will play the Indiana Fever for the in-season tournament Commissioner's Cup. Caitlin Clark got Aaliyah Boston from South Carolina looking like Magic and Kareem over there. They look good. I mean, that girl be in stride. That girl be in stride. You know how Tom Brady would throw a pass and the wide receiver was right in stride and all he had to do was catch and just keep running? Well, that's how Caitlin Clark is feeding the ball to Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. And I'm telling you, she just feeding them the ball and they right in stride, boom, boom, bam. It's amazing. I'm going to go out on the limb.
Okay.
I picked the Minnesota Lynx to win it all this year from last year. However, Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever look real good.
You think they're going to do it?
I don't think. Let me see. When is the game? It's going to be July 1st. Okay. If everybody's healthy, I think I'm going to have to go with I'm gonna go with the Fever because I think the Lynx will win the championship, but I think the Lynx, the Fever right now, it's gonna be tough, but I know the Lynx are gonna be favored, but I got a feeling Caitlin gonna get some calls. I got a feeling Caitlin gonna get hot on them threes.
So
and I think
when is final? Or are they?
It's July 1st. July 1st.
Gotcha.
And I got a feeling.
Ooh.
That yeah. Let me write it.
Yeah. You messed it up.
Fever will win cup. Lynx will win championship. Okay, I wrote it down.
What's the
All right.
difference between the cup and the championship then? They not the same?
The Commissioner's Cup is like the in-season tournament. Remember, well, you don't watch the NBA. They had last year, a couple of years ago, they started this little thing. They call themselves trying to make it exciting. They got like this in-season tournament that they play.
Oh, yeah.
Your wins go towards your total wins, but then they got certain games that only go towards that in-season tournament. It's just really stupid. But anyway.
Okay.
All right, it's stupid. All right, but the last thing I'm going to say about the WNBA. Hold on. I'm coming. The Atlanta Dream. Right now, the Atlanta Dream sitting in fourth place, 9-4. Phoenix Mercury 10-4. New York Liberty 10-2, and the Minnesota Lynx 11-1. Indiana is sitting right smack dab in the middle at 6-6. And the Phasia Collier is still leading all players in scoring, 24.4 points per game. Wait a minute. Breonna Stewart, 21. Kelsey Plum, 20. Asia Wilson, 20. And Brianna Sykes of Washington Mystics, 20. Now, Aliza Thomas of Phoenix averaging 9 assists a game. Last year, Caitlin Clark was doing that. But she's not doing that this year. She's focusing more on her threes. Now, Natasha Cloud. When I tell you, she is the female Magic Johnson.
Wow.
She be, it's just amazing to watch her play. The New York Liberty picked her up. She's second in assists, 6.3. Skylar Diggins, 6.2, is third. Williams and Minnesota Lynx, 5.9, is fourth. Paige Becker's the rookie from UConn at Dallas is fifth, 5.7. Now, Ryan Howard from Atlanta, leading in threes. Caitlin Clark, number 2. Kelsey Plum, the girl that Caitlin broke the college record. She number 3. All right, now rebounds. My girl is doing it again. Angel Reese. She leading all 11.7 rebounds per game. Youngest player to ever hit 500 points and 500 rebounds in WNBA history ever. Ever. But she cannot score. I still say she's too lazy. Somebody needs to teach her how to get up off her feet and jump a little bit. She can't do that. All right. But steals, Paige Becker is second in steals. Asia Wilson, number 3. Naphasia Collier and Atkins tied at 4. All right. Now, Major League Baseball.
You gonna take a sip before you do this one?
Girl, when I tell you they was out there fighting like it was the boxing championship. I don't remember what the speed of the ball was, but when I tell you he hit him intentionally, both managers were suspended for 3 games. Well, let me make sure I read it right. I want to make sure I read it right. Let me read it right. I was trying to write notes over there, but then I said, no, I'm just going to read it. All right. So the pitcher was suspended for 3 games and fined an undisclosed amount of money for intentionally hitting how you say his name? Soa Otani of the Los Angeles Dodgers with a pitch. I mean, I saw it. I seen it. Now he gonna try to appeal the suspension. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Now the manager from the Padres, Michael Schultz, and Dodgers manager Dave Roberts. When I tell you they was out there going about ready to go blow to blow.
Look, I'm looking at it now, so that's why I'm like.
The Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, they had already got in a scuffle because the boy had got hit. And Roberts came out there, he was hot then. So it was unnecessary. Let the boy hit the ball. Why you got to hit him?
Well, I'm looking at it now, so it's like he already struck him out twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. So he just let him walk instead of just letting him strike out.
So
makes no sense.
Robert said he supports the disciplinary actions. I think that obviously I never want to make the game about the managers. It shouldn't be. It should be about the players and winning. So last night, both managers are protecting their teams, and it just unfortunately got to the point that we became the focus, and that's not the way it should be. They were ejected, 9th inning. Listen, it was
you know what makes it more interesting, that the Padres was up. They were up 5-2 in the game. So why would you do that?
Well, he hit him on the back of his right shoulder.
That's because he moved with it in the process. And he's I love my Japanese people. He's just like,
Yeah.
He's just very, very.
Anyway, so I wanted to get that in there. I had to get that in there because I saw it. It just got me. All right, so what else I got? Oh,
did they end up winning the game?
I think. Wait a minute. I looked that up. I'm getting ready to talk. The Padres won 5-3. All right, now.
And they still won. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, before I leave the NBA, I forgot to say the Los Angeles Lakers got sold.
To who?
$10 billion.
10
Celtics
billion
went for 6 and the Lakers went for $10 billion. I mean, that's just an astronomical amount of money. Unbelievable. But Gina Buss is the governor. She's still over there making noise. She's still over there trying to run it. Bless her heart. I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than that's a lot of money. I've always loved Magic Johnson and Kareem and Kobe and Shaq and all of the Lakers. They got pretty uniforms, but that's a lot of money.
Really? Pretty uniforms?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But now the guy that's buying the team, he already owned. Okay, let me make sure I say it right. First of all, that's the highest ever for U.S. professional sports franchise. Franchise.
Because when Boston got sold, they were
6.
They were originally the highest. So now, on pound for pound. Oh, now we're the highest.
Listen, Gina will remain the Lakers governor and continue to run the team for at least a number of years. Now, Walter, the CEO and chairman of Diversified Holding Company, has been a stakeholder in the Lakers since 2021. He owns the Dodgers. Okay. He has interest in the Dodgers, the Sparks, the Premier League club, Chelsea, Professional Women's Hockey League. Yeah. And motorsports. Yeah. So listen, he's trying to own all of LA sports teams. I'm just saying. Wait a minute. The Kings as well. The Lakers have been owned by Bus family. Purchased the franchise. And the Kings was included in it. Look, they own it all. That just ain't fair. Give a little bit to somebody else. I'm just saying. They got everything. All right, so that's it. I'll say the rest of the NBA news about the Toppin and all them dynamic pacers over there for the game Sunday. All right, I sent something else. I sent one more thing, Vanessa. What else did I send? I sent one more thing. Oh, my man. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
I just did it just for you.
Now listen, I like Deshaun. I do. He was on it. But please sign TJ. Get TJ done. Please stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me. I can't take it. I need TJ to be done. I need TJ on the field. I need TJ comfortable. And I know he done had the little baby and all. I get it. But I need TJ's contract done. But we got Elliott. He got his 2-year extension. I'm excited about it. He was tackling everybody. He coming back. Let me make sure I say this right before I go any further. Wait a minute. Let me make sure. Yeah. Deshaun, 2 years, $12.5 million. And I saw how many tackles he had. It's okay. It's 9.21 guaranteed. And I want to see what else it was. It was something else. Bless him heart. I'm glad he's there. 8 years experience. I want to say he was there before. But I want them to finish up with TJ. Stop playing. Stop playing and get it done. Wait a minute. Now, they can't explain. I don't want to hear no excuses about that. All right, so that's that. We got Aaron Rodgers. Oh, I read this today.
Oh, dang. He gonna be sorry.
You know what I said? Didn't I say that they got rid of George Pickens?
Mm-hmm. Your favorite person.
Because of who? What'd I say? Didn't I say they'd get rid of him before Aaron Rodgers got there if he was going to come? Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
Because I told you Aaron Rodgers have problems with wide receivers that don't do what need to be done. Now, news is steady seeping out about the problems that Pickens was causing over there in Pittsburgh.
Of course they're going to put him out. They always put it on when they leave.
So, but yeah, now, Ben Roethlisberger say he don't believe they're going to tell Aaron Rodgers he can't change the plays at the line of scrimmage. I said that. I said that before he came. Ben say he don't think. Ben say he don't know how they're going to handle that. He's excited to see what they do with that. I want to see too. Now, I know what I meant to send Vanessa. I meant to send Vanessa the picture of the 4 quarterbacks running, in a stance for the do the same throw or whatever they were doing. 3 of the 4 quarterbacks had that front foot planted for stability. Three of the 4 had this left arm up because they went back to throw the ball. Okay, all right. Which we know if you throw like this, that's weaker than if you throw it like this. Okay, I'm just saying. 3 or 4, not 4 or 4. Guess who looked the worst of all of them standing up there? Without their front foot planted.
Who are my options again?
Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, Aaron Rodgers, and the little boy Will Howard, the new little rookie.
I'm just gonna go Aaron Rodgers with 400 just because he just seemed like he.
Who did I say I've always liked? Who I say?
Mason. He's gonna be my next person, but
I looked at Mason, come on. You can't have no stability and no strong throw if your foot ain't planted.
Nah. What? People would have. Okay.
I'm just saying. Aaron Rodgers, do you know what the number 1 comment was? The size of Aaron Rodgers' calves.
They're super big or?
Humongous. Humongous. Now, your turn. NFL, what you got?
I'm gonna start it off with my disappointing news.
What?
Let's drink to this right quick.
Okay.
Nice little toast. Oh, you didn't want to toast with me, but okay.
I did.
It's okay. I have to drink right quick for this. So, I was at work and all of a sudden my little goes off. I'm like, okay. What you got for me, Ian Rappaport? Why in the world? So disappointed when I read and saw that Shador was,
Not once, but
twice pulled over for speeding tickets in Ohio. Sir, I know that there's nothing to do in Ohio. There's really nothing to do in Cleveland, all that. There's nothing. And I know you're used to being in places where you can do stuff. But, Shador, we're gonna come close and say, you know that you are already put under a magnifying glass from the time this drafting because of the fact that matter is you got drafted pretty low and everybody was like, this is ridiculous. You cannot be going to Cleveland or wherever part of Ohio you are in and just speeding. And I mean, normally, yes, everybody will probably be like, whatever. But the fact of the matter is you also didn't even go to court for your stuff or pay your fine. You just literally was like, oh, and you got one back to back. Also, this shows how celebrity status may also be in a sense where you just be like, I don't care about my insurance and stuff going up. I'm just going to pay this fine. Because most people would be like, okay, how do I end up, doing like a defensive driving class to go down? But hey, you got your it said it was $263 fine. You got it. That's fine.
How much?
$263 for his first fine. Probably for his second one's probably about the same too. But he said he went over the speed limit by like 41 miles per hour. He was going like 100. One of them was at 110. Another one was like 100 miles. But the fact of the matter is that you're not just anybody at this point in time.
No.
You're Shador Sanders. The fact of the matter is you're Shador Sanders, everybody knows. And the fact of the matter is that we sat and most people watched the draft multiple nights to watch you get drafted. And then afterwards got annoyed at the fact that you didn't get drafted until the fifth round. fourth round. What was it? Fourth, fifth round?
Fifth.
144. That's right, because Thomas fifth pick. Fifth round, 199. So he is 144. So the fact of the matter is that, and nobody saw that coming. You know, everybody's watching you. Like out of all the rookies, pretty much, you are the one everybody's gonna be paying attention to. Like more than Travis, more than Cam,
more than
all the other draftees that got.
Did you say Travis?
I did. I said that was the first person. I said more than Travis, more than Cam.
Cam.
All the other people that we probably can't even remember right now because everybody thinks about you. So maybe a little bit more focused on this, okay? Like,
when I saw that, and then I read it again, I said, wait a minute, another one? Two of them?
Two in a month.
That's too much.
Too much.
That's too much.
Too much. Other than that, ain't really that much movement going on in NFL right now. You know, it's OTA, so everybody's supposed to follow it. But, so, another cool thing is most people know that, you know, Michael Vick is now the head coach of Norfolk State.
Behold, the green and gold. Okay, I'm sorry. Flashback. I'm a proud graduate of Norfolk State University, a HBCU located in Norfolk, Virginia. It's Norfolk. It's Norfolk. Not Norfolk, not all that. It's Norfolk. Let's cut it off. Norfolk.
Anyway, we got Norfolk. Now, when she over there keeps saying I need her to use her alumni status and bring him on here, or at least get my jersey signed, picture, all that.
You know, he born on my birthday.
I'm aware of this too. I'm gonna need you to. There's too many signs that you need to bring him to us. / get my jersey signed, picture, all that. Anyway, we'll go to that in a second. But also, so now Deshaun Watson. Lord Jesus, I'm sorry, Deshaun. Deshaun Jackson is the head coach at Delaware State.
Yes, he is.
So, I don't know if I sent this to you, but October 30th at Lincoln Field, Norfolk State will be hosting Delaware State for their homecoming.
Oh, all right. That's right.
So that's going to be really cool to watch, you know, to not coach. Well, there are two coaches that were former NFL players and also like teammates.
Listen.
And I don't know how many. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's happened before because I can't remember. I just have to go and look. But I don't think it's probably been a minute. And it says, or let me change it to this caliber of it. So, yes.
And then it's actually players that we can recognize in the current era.
Yes.
You know, that were actually really good, not scrubs. Yes. Some players like the guy on ESPN, Dan Orlovsky, nobody know who he is.
Yeah.
Nobody know who he is. He's a very good analyst, and he's a very, all right, but don't nobody know who he is. Everybody know who Michael Vick is.
Yeah, everybody know who Deshaun Watson is. I mean, just
Jackson. Will you stop cursing at that boy?
I know. And the crazy part is, you guys, I had the biggest crush on Deshaun Jackson.
I know you ain't got one on Deshaun Watson.
I don't. I don't have one on Deshaun Jackson anymore.
No, that'd be dangerous. He don't know how to act.
But yes, I have the biggest crush on him. I remember as a Falcons fan, I remember asking my mom to buy me a Deshaun Jackson shirt. So I had an Eagles shirt that had his name on the back of it. It got lost in my now that I think about it. And I'm like, where is that shirt at? It got lost in my box when I came back from Japan. They lost my box of stuff and I was pissed. But yeah, that was one of them. But yeah, I guess it showed I didn't need anything. But I used to always say that I wanted a jersey for each player of a team that I liked. So yeah. But anyway, that was a side note. But yes, that was one. But currently, what is going on in New York, if people didn't know, it is the second annual Fanatics Fan Fest.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I didn't know it was the second annual, but yes. So, it is going on in New York. It has a lot of like fans for everything, like NFL, NBA, MLB. I think I saw WWE's part of it. Like, did I see any tennis people? I don't think I saw tennis yet. But if you have a person that you wanted to see, they're there. Oh, yeah. So now the interesting I did see Odell Beckham Jr. is there. That's my I had a moment. Sorry. But they have all these players, right? And people. Now I just found out on this process because you can go in. It was like $60, I think, for like whatever day you want to go in and stuff. But you gotta pay. This is the problem that I have. You have to pay to take pictures.
I don't like that.
With these athletes, and pay for also an autograph. Now, depending on who the person is depending on how much you're going to pay. So I pulled up my friends there. So she also sent me this list too of a couple of people like, of how much you would be paying. So
Okay.
Michael Vick's there. So obviously I would love to see him.
How much?
So to get his is cheap, well, somewhat, but to get a picture with him is $75. To get an autograph is $70, right? CD Lamb is there. To get a picture is $190. Autographs are from $180 to $200.
Well, what the difference do it make? Would he sign with a gold pen or something?
I don't know. Odell with his fine self is there. You have $125 to pay for a picture and $120 for a autograph. My favorite person that I literally saw, and I mean like favorite as in how much this was, because I was like, what the entire Dan Marino. You go.
He has a restaurant. What's it? No, I'm sorry. No, that's the other guy. Go ahead.
Dan Marino, you paying a pretty picky penny for him.
How much?
$350.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, ma'am. 300. Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, it's yeah. Oh no, it's 350. I'm sorry, 335.
Wow, that's 350.
Yeah, but hold up. We have that's just for a picture. We talk about an autograph, which is separate. $325 to $700.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out how is an autograph that range.
Oh, Ray Lewis, $200 to get a picture. $190 to $400 for a autograph.
But how is it a different price for an autograph? Is it multiple autographs? Is it a time limit? How many he can sign in a time frame? What is it? How is that you ain't got but one signature?
Let me click on some. Let me hold up. Let me see if I could click on it. And it looks like, and then you have the. No, this stuff was cheaper too. Hold up. Let me go to. Okay. Oh, Eli's there.
His ought to be high. He got 2 Super Bowls.
I almost had to hold up. I had to hold my tongue because I almost said something. All right. Eli, to take a picture with Eli is about $200. His is like $195.30 with $15.30 tax. No, it says including the fees. My bad. At the table, an artwork autograph is $661. At the table, a game used autograph is $1,085. A premium autograph is $282.
But what's a
At the
premium
table,
autograph is what I'm trying to figure out.
I at the table, if you are asking for cards, helmets, mini, whatever, flats, whatever, it's about $200. So please note that autograph purchases do not include items to be signed. Be sure to bring the event that you bring what you want to get signed. So this is not even you buying something for it. You're actually bringing and you're paying for them the thing. I think that's a ripoff for fans because you're paying already to go to this event. You're gonna be buying merchandise there. Like I know that these players and athletes are here, but why are we paying like 200? You know, 75
That's
like
ridiculous.
$2,000.
For you to say, I gotta pay you to, that's ridiculous.
Matter of fact, if you gonna do this, I need you to write exactly what I want you to write. I need
you to say, thank you for stopping by to see me and giving me an opportunity to talk with you. It was a pleasure to meet you. All that money, you're gonna do more inside your dog on that.
No, I need to be written.
I need a book.
To my favorite nurse. Continue to keep up the hard work.
That's ridiculous. We need to find out what the details are to them different prices. But before we
will find out more, like I said, my friend is there, so I will find out more for it. Oh snap, Joe Montana's there. How much we paying to see him? Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, I got some stuff. I had to figure out more. I'm still trying to figure out what these are. Some of these are, they're like up to 3 words. What? Some of these have like a inscription, like an MVP inscription, something. I can't figure it out. I'm gonna have to ask my friend when she's there and be like, hey, what is this? What was up with the different prices of all this stuff? Because this does not make any sense. I think they're messed up for that. I really do. Because you can inscription up to 3 words. Oh, up to 3 words. So you can't have them write a lot of stuff. You can only have them
that's just ridiculous.
Thank you. Your name. Much love. Name. You can't even say keep up the good.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't even know what the James Spence authentication. I will definitely when she, when she's there getting the Michael Vick thing, I will ask her, be like, hey, what was it? All this stuff with it, but. Hey, I'm just ready. Look, if that's the case, hopefully you can better off do that finding them at a random name. Not this whole thing, but this is their second year apparently for this. They did last year was the first year.
I don't like that.
I don't like that part either. So we'll see. She's there, so she'll give me little details of what happened with it. And I don't know. We'll see how it is and see what they do for next year. And see if maybe they might have other people, but
I wanted to, before we leave the NFL, Deshaun Elliott, I knew I had seen something, and the reason I sent the picture to Vanessa, he finished the season with 108 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 6 pass deflections, and an interception, nearly held a 100% tackle rate.
Wow.
Yeah. That was why I was like, I knew it was more as to why I had her pull that picture for him. Nearly a 100% tackle rate. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Also,
Um,
just for saying NFL news, I guess we'll end it off on a nice note with them. Congratulations to all you NFL players who decided to tie the knot, because this is NFL tie the knot season now. Since they're all out of it, they have all their photos of them who
really?
get married. So congratulations to all of you guys who decided to tie the knot during the off season.
The last time we was up here, we talked about Sabalenka talking about Coco like she couldn't play tennis, right?
The thing about it is,
and then the other day, what Coco do? Go out there and act like she ain't know how to play tennis and got whipped.
Well, we're not in whatchamacallit yet, so she has time. We're not in French Open yet, so she got time.
What was that? What was that she was playing?
French Open don't start until whatchamacallit.
Till when?
I mean, not French Open. I'm talking about Wimbledon.
When it start?
I think it starts whatchamacallit next. It starts Monday. I mean, not Monday. It starts on the 30th.
Okay.
Yeah, Wimbledon usually goes into whatchamacallit. So I'm like, I don't.
This is what is this? The Berlin Open? What is it?
One of the opens that nobody really be paying about. Oh, dang, she definitely did.
Yeah, she got whipped. She got whipped good.
Oh, completely. The crazy part is that girl is still #1 in the world. Coco's still 2.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking.
I don't get that. How I beat you and you still #1? I beat you. If I ain't but #1 for a week, I beat you. I'm #1 this week.
Now they're over here saying they're raising questions about her readiness for Wimbledon.
Who, Coco?
Yeah. But the thing about it is, I don't know why they want to say it that way, because if you think about it is grass, and grass is definitely different to play on than anything.
She played better on clay.
Well, most Americans do, because that's pretty clay and hard court. But that's because there are more of those here that you can play on. And I mean, we do have clay courts you can play on too, but most Americans do better on hard court. But also what the thing about it is too is that I feel like these baby tournaments, and not to down it or anything like that, they're almost like nobody even thinks about it to a certain extent. Like, it's there, but if you think about it, look how fast we just turned around from from French Open. Now they're playing Berlin to the biggest next one is Wimbledon. And my thing, if I was a tennis player, I'd probably be like, man, I'm just gonna use this as warm-up practice, whatever. If I lose, I lose. I ain't really whatchamacallit. The only thing is everybody talk bad about you in a sense, but sometimes even the major players don't even play in those tournaments either, because they're so close back to back to the actual major one. Why would they want to risk getting hurt for it? So who knows? But maybe she did it on purpose as a thing to be like, hey, give them something.
Maybe. I know a lot of track and field, they do not do a lot of those tournaments. You know, those
like the mini,
they don't do all of them. They do the Diamond League, but they don't do a lot of them don't do that little New York thing. They got something they do in the New York in the street. A lot of them don't do that one.
Because if you think about it, there's so many opens that we don't even really talk about and stuff. I mean, obviously everything starts off with Australian Open. That's like the biggest one starting off the year of tennis, but then nobody ever, which is like in January. But then there's also still then they have the Qatar Open, Dubai, Indian Wells, which is in March, which that's still it's a little hype, but it's not as big as Australian, and then there's a big gap, and then it's French Open in May. So it's like there's 4 months in between of like we got games in between, but it's like they may or may not. And then of course from French Open to Wimbledon is literally what, 1 or 2 right between before we get to Wimbledon. And I mean, if you think about it, these smaller ones are not even counted towards the Grand Slam of
That's
like
true. That's
stuff.
true.
So I ain't worried about it. She can keep talking. So
All right, so
Coco. Sorry.
okay, so listen. Public service announcement.
PSA.
Yours truly
The B-Day?
will be hosting, MCing, however you want to say, mistress of ceremony, the Atlanta School of Photography is having a fundraiser fashion show for at-risk kids. Hold on. Forever Fashion, fabulous fashion show. It is, tickets are $35 in advance, $45 at the door. There will be a stunning fashion show, an opportunity for you to donate. It is a fundraiser. They have designers. It's going to be fabulous.
That's awesome. When is this lovely fashion?
This will be the conclusion of yours truly birthday weekend on June the 29th, Sunday, June the 29th, from 4 p.m. It's at 4. It's at 4. And it will be held at, it's a College Park Banquet Hall, Jazzy J's Banquet Hall in College Park.
Okay.
So, I will get the flyer and we'll post it on the page. And I do have tickets. So if you know me like that, you know how to find me. We got tickets. But I will be hosting. It is a fundraiser.
Now she said, if you know me like that.
You know how to get me. And the thing is, though, I want to emphasize, it will be unforgettable, but it's a fundraiser event for at-risk youth. Our youth are struggling right now, and we need them to know that there are options. Everybody can't be a nurse. Everybody can't be a doctor. Everybody can't be an NBA star, NFL star. Photographers are needed. We need to photograph our history. We need to photograph what's going on. Photography is very important. They offer internships. They will be taking registration for classes. They have workshops. There's a way to volunteer. There are so many opportunities. So again, if you have any questions on this video, just say need info about the fashion show. We'll be able to DM back and forth, DM us on all our platforms. You got the info. We here, but we do want to give back. And if you think about it, all of us were at risk at one point for a different reason, one reason or another. Some for economic, some for mental, some for physical, whatever. We all go through something, and I want to do my part. So help us, help them by either purchasing a ticket, making a donation. But it is the Forever Fashion Show, the Atlanta School of Photography. Oh, and the attire, white, gold, or silver.
Oh, we fancy.
Yeah, 5 inside. 5 inside.
Fancy.
Okay, so what else we got? Is there anything else? Did we forget anything?
Nope. So I guess we'll let y'all know. What? Wait. I guess I have to figure that out. When is Game 7? Is it Sunday?
Sunday, 8 o'clock. Sunday, 8 o'clock. I will have some special information. I'll do a little pregame on the Pacers, some of the legendary Pacers. Reggie Miller ain't the only one. There's some others. And OKC. I'm gonna pull up some records. We got some information on NBA finals over the years. This is only the, what is it? The 20th game 7?
Wow.
It's in finals.
When's the last time it's been two teams that haven't had a record?
2016 was the last game 7 NBA finals, and the Cleveland Cavaliers came back from 3-1 to win.
I remember that. But no, I was saying, when's the last time we've had two non-championship teams at it?
I think this is the first time, I think.
I was about to say, I feel like this has been a minute. Either it never happened, or besides the first time it ever happened, but like, yeah.
How many NBA final game 7 has it been in NBA history? Yeah, I was right, 20.
That one. And then this is the first time two non-championship teams have been in the finals.
Is this the first time two non-championship teams have? I think so. How many non-championship? Nope, that ain't how I want to ask that question. But yeah, I do think I heard them say that. And the fact that it's two small markets, like it's not the Lakers, it's not the Bucks, it's just two small markets. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm excited. I'm just excited. I think it's going to be a good game, but I am concerned about OKC's lack of effort, their mental fortitude. You got to come out with we don't have another opportunity type attitude every game for the NBA Finals. I know they make adjustments and I know stuff happens, but you cannot come out there and act like you got 4-5 more chances. But anyway, we'll find out Sunday, 8 o'clock. What else we got? Anything else?
And then after that, we got what's that thing called? Then we have NBA draft Wednesday, Thursday.
Day before the national holiday.
Yes, national holiday. Miss Nat's birthday, you guys, is on Friday.
I'll be 65.
Oh, we have big years too.
It's the big one. The big 65.
And also NASCAR weekend. It's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I will be at the race, so maybe you would guys see me. I might be about 2 shades darker because of being out in the sun. It's also night races, so this is the first time they've had. It's the first time they've had 2 night races. It's usually 1 night race, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they do it. So it's gonna be 2 night races. It's gonna be Friday night and Saturday night. Normally, if we have the game, it's usually Saturday will be if they do have a night race, will be Saturday night, and then Sunday is still main race. So it's gonna be interesting. So I'll be on the track. I will take my videos and pictures, you guys, as usual, and see.
Oh, this I'll wait. I won't say that right now. I'll wait. Never mind. Okay, I think that's it. That's it. We've had fun, y'all. It was a little late. We got started a little late. We had to work today. We had stuff to do. We got other stuff we do. So keep watching.
So we don't have to do anything else with our lives except doing this.
Listen.
I'm just joking.
I wish I didn't have nothing to do but sports.
Even if there was, I still would work in the hospital. I do love nursing.
I tell you what, though, I wish I had the access to the stats and the information that they have at my fingertips. Hold it before we get out of here. This is just observation.
Okay.
Do you remember? I know you don't really follow basketball, but do you remember when Gilbert Arenas had some issues with a gun?
But the guns, of course I do, because guess what? Even though I don't follow basketball, there was multiple songs that had that.
Let me tell you something. He was on First Take today and Get Up or whatever. I see why that boy went to jail fooling with him. He's ridiculous. You can't tell him nothing. He talk over you. He yells.
What was he talking about, though?
It didn't matter what you're talking about. All that he cared was whatever he was saying was right and what you were saying wasn't right. Girl, then I said, ooh, I walked away. I said, I see why that boy went to jail. I go to jail too just to get away from you. That boy, I can see how he was such a jerk. And if he act like that now, can you imagine how he was acting when he was even more immature? I'm not going to say he's immature now, but if he act like that now and he's mature and seasoned, what in the world you think he was acting like? When I tell you, and Tracy McGrady was sitting at the table like, just Gilbert is off chain.
Wow.
Off chain.
Wow.
Off chain.
Wow.
Oh, the latest flag football championship is this weekend.
Oh.
Women's in flag football championship.
Once again, it's always a lot of stuff going on, you guys. Always a lot of stuff.
I thought I read that it was this weekend. I may be wrong, but I saw that it was this weekend. But anyway, all right, we're gonna stop because we'll keep talking. We'll keep finding something else to say about sports. I swear we will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our weekly live, and it's a late night. Ooh, it's 12:34. You finished your drink?
No, I'm almost there. Did you finish yours?
Girl, I ain't had but 3 sips out of this thing.
I've been doing it because I feel like once I finish this week, I'm gonna be knocked out sleep.
Yes, I'm yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it.
Ooh.
Whoa. This is sports.
This is Sports Chat with Nat. We was taking our drinks with Sports Chat with Nat. I'm Master T. That is Miss Nat.
I think next time we're gonna advertise that we're doing sip and chat.
That's what we should call it. That's what I forgot. See, look, that's what happens.
Next time we're gonna advertise sip and chat.
Sip and chat. Bring your juice.
Bring your drink. Bring your wine. Bring your brandy, and we're gonna chat about sports. That's gonna be fun.
Sip and chat. Sip and tracks. This was Sip and Chat with Sports Chat with Nat.
That's gonna be good. Yeah.
I'm Master D.
I'm Nat.
We'll see y'all next week.
Next time.
I don't know.
Now we don't know what night yet. We'll figure it out. It won't be on my birthday. I don't know. It might be. I don't know. We'll see. Nah. Okay, bye. Bye, y'all.
Bye.